sometimes what a Fox body is can be very deceiving. You might think, this is an 85, 86 T-Top. There is much more than meets the eye to this car today, and we're gonna talk about it right here on the channel. So let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and guys, we have a very fun one today for you because this one speaks to me a little bit because of Project Nemesis. If you don't know Project Nemesis, I'm building an 88 coupe. It's going to have a similar theme to this one, but this right here was done by Horseplay Auto, and it's actually an 84. Go ahead and bring the owner in. We're going to talk all about it. Hey Matt, how's it going? Welcome to the channel.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yeah, I love your shirt. By the way, I really love your shirt because I got one too.
We made them in your color.
Yes, we approve of the blue here on the channel. This thing, man, like, tell me about it. She has a name, right? What's her name?
Winona.
Winona. Why Winona?
Basically because she's a little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
She might steal from you when you're not looking, but she's hot as hell.
Yeah, I got to agree with that last part for sure, man. Like, this is a crazy kind of just thrown together build, I guess, in a way, but it still has a lot of your touches. You were telling me it was an 84, right?
Correct.
And why did you kind of pick this one up?
I bought it sight unseen because it was a sand beige car, and you just don't see them very often. Got it to the house and found out that it had a hole in the cowl about that big, hole in the trunk about that big. Kind of had to determine whether we were going to just part it out or do something else with it. The rust was doing good. I had a couple other rusty cars that could complement it, so we kind of put three cars together to make what you see here.
Well, let me ask you about the cowl first, because that's my nemesis. Haha, nemesis lately. So the cowl had a big hole in it. Did you have to replace the whole thing or just the top?
Oh no, we pulled the entire portion off of here all the way through, popped it off.
So exactly what I'm doing basically with mine.
The hole was about that big. It was mostly into the hat on this side, so everything had to be pretty much fabricated by hand. You can't buy a patch piece.
No. So fenders had to come off. You had those little things you weld on. I forget what they're like, extra support braces, right? You have to take those off too?
Get into it. Oh yeah, take off the outside here, take it all the way through. This thing was just a bare shell at one point.
How long did that take you? Because so far it's taken me about 6 months. I'm not done with my cowl yet.
I got about,
just for the cowl,
I figured 30 to 40 hours in metal work on the car.
Okay.
But that's both fender aprons. Had a hole on the left rear quarter from a patch. It actually has a replacement rear quarter on it years ago. And then the metal work in here in the trunk. So there's a lot of work to making a rust-free car that looks rusted.
That looks rusted, yeah, more than you would think, right?
Yeah.
Front end is obviously not an 84. This is off one of the three cars, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's from a 1986. Same thing, bought it sight unseen. It was a coupe. Actually, car came without a title, but we started the Mustang with that. The patina was going good on the front end. The rest of the car was just a lot worse than what this one was. I would have had to do the cowl, radiator support, floors. So it was like, let's ditch that one. Kind of put the pieces together on this one. It's just better. It had a lot less work.
Yeah, that makes sense. Take the one that's easiest path, but still get the look. And then you said the door is from a 93?
The door's from a security patrol car. It was a cute little old man that worked at a Ford dealership. And I believe, it's been a good 6 or 7 years. My friend Tim Weir bought the car from the estate when he had passed away, but they kept this car put together. It looked like a security car. A light bar, Jetsonic light bar on it, everything. All the equipment inside, and he literally was just parked at the Ford dealership and did security there. If you're into the SSP.net days, back then there was always sightings of this car rolling around there. People always want to know if it was a real SSP or what it was.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Was it actually a real SSP?
It was just a 4-cylinder car.
Oh, okay.
It was really rough. I mean, held together with Band-Aids when we got the car. So the car was rebuilt. We put new doors on it. Son drove it to college for 4 or 5 years. It's in Key Largo now.
Okay, yeah, because you're down in Florida, right?
Yeah, it's been moved from a couple different owners since, but the owner's in Key Largo.
Yeah, so I'm noticing here that you are rocking the kind of old school ROH wheels, but in a gold. I love those. Did you just have those sitting around too, or?
I buy any vintage set of wheels I can find. I've had these for probably 15 years. They're rough, really rough, and the cost of refinishing them, I just kind of look at them. Fit this car.
They do.
Paint them gold to match the seal on the side, and that's what we went with.
I mean, they are a little rough, but you know what? Like, they kind of stand out on this car,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, they're vintage. It looks like it could have been here for God knows how many years.
And the gold actually matches a little bit with the theme under here. I mean, this is also rust gold, but I see gold here. We got gold and rust in here.
Burnt copper, and then real rust.
So is this real rust here on the plaque? It is, because you know you can really sell these for big money now.
I got about probably 8 to 10 hours in that plaque. So the first one I built was just open here, and it got real thin on the corners, and it actually cracked and broke on me a couple weeks ago. Kind of knocked this one out quick. I found the 86 intake plaque was in a pile of junk we were digging through to make Halloween costumes with. And I was like, perfect, the lines match up. So I just redid the metal around the top and then rusted it. But about 8 to 10 hours in that. You can really rust a part in a day and a half, 2 days.
Really?
All this is done chemically. The brake booster is real rust. If you see rust on the car, it's real.
I love that. If you see rust on the car, it is real. So we got a GT40 intake manifold, but what's the rest of the kind of the drivetrain here?
Oh, it's once again a car I bought. It's a track car owned by a friend of mine named Rich Hoffman. X303 crate motor with the aluminum heads. Cobra Z-Spec.
Oh, Z-Spec, T5 Z-Spec?
Both of them brand new. Built the car with it. He'd raced the car for a couple years, and just it was too rough for him to race on his back, and got to moving on to other things. So he sold me the car. The cam that's in it was spec'd out from comp cams for road course racing. So at 3,500, it puts you back in your seat. It's really fun. 3,500 to 5,500, it's just a completely different animal.
Oh, I bet. And you're sitting low, so what suspension-wise, what did you go with here on this? Is it set up for road racing that way too, or
no,
just more lowering?
Yeah, it's all Cobra brakes. I had to grind the fins on the top of the brakes to actually make them fit under these wheels. They're too tight. Used stuff. I've got some aftermarket control arms in the rear end. I think H&R springs up front.
Take a look back here. Are you rotors in the back? Did you do? You are. Okay. So you're 4-wheel disc.
Yeah, they're Cobra.
Okay, but is it's still 4 lug or no?
No, it's 5.
Oh, it is 5 lug. Okay, I never knew that they made the ROH in the 5 lug, to be honest. Oh, that's cool. It is sitting really low.
Yeah, I haven't rubbed it yet. It's got the Steeda adjustable control arms, the old ones that are billet aluminum, so you can put it anywhere you want. If I lift it up about 1 inch, it's got a pretty good ride, but it doesn't look as cool.
No, it looks way cooler now.
That's right.
I mean, look at his fender gap guys, and Tar Heel Fox is over there. And yeah, mine's way up high. I look like a 4x4 next to the
This
thing.
is about as low as I would ever go with a car. You ease it over a speed bump, you kind of put it over the front wheel, and then you drag the exhaust over it, and then go from there.
As far as the rear end gears, what are you running in here?
355.
355s. Great.
Came out of a used car.
Yeah, so I keep hearing that. I keep hearing used parts. So was that kind of a theme for this car?
There's not a single new part in this car other than the brake booster and master cylinder.
That's awesome. It's literally a parts car.
The brakes came from a Mach 1 that I used to own that was wrecked. The brake pads are the brake pads from years of changing out pads here and there, and I keep the good ones.
Oh, even the pads?
Literally, yeah, even the brass knuckles came out of the trunk of a parts car.
The brass knuckles are awesome, by the way. When you shift here, are you actually that high on the knuckle?
Yeah, and you get used to it pretty quick. I get in the gear now, it feels like the shifter's so short.
I bet.
So, and it's got a SVO shifter, which is pretty tall.
Okay, yeah, that looks like it's fun.
Yeah, it's something I thought would be a challenge, and I've gotten used to it, and it's really enjoyable.
I bet it looks kind of interesting. Do people see you going down the road?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's part of the rat rod thing. I've always wanted to build a rat rod, but I couldn't. I can't straight from FoxBodies. It's my love, and it's what I do. I just watched how they're built. They don't have tops. You know, you sit low in the car, and you have a shifter that you can see from 20, all 360 degrees around the car. See the guy shifting always. So those had to be incorporated into this.
You're right. That is part of the look. I didn't realize that. It was not originally a T-Top car, right? You did that as well.
The conversion. I do T-top conversions here and there for people, and this one was a pretty crusty, rusty setup, and I actually just used leather strip off of the customer's car when
Did you?
To new stuff. Yeah.
That kind of makes me think, Matt from Fox Resto has been wanting to do a T-top conversion. I'm wondering maybe if you've influenced him there a little bit.
Might possibly.
Probably, probably.
Possibly have, yeah. He's had T-tops over the years. He had a beautiful T-top 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, you guys have known each other for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Because I know he came from Florida and...
Going on 20 years probably.
Wow. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about your business though real quick. What do you actually do at Horseplay?
I say if it's FoxBody, we do it. Done everything from we do metal work, coyote swaps, name it. If your steering rack breaks, we get you in and fix your steering rack. Kind of gotten away from heavy-duty mechanical. I don't care for doing performance work at all. If you're doing an interior on somebody's car, which is probably my favorite, if they spill ketchup on it, they know it's their fault. And you rebuild a rear end when they blow up the rear end.
Right.
Come back. So I like to stay away from that kind of stuff for the most part. Yeah, if it's cool, if it looks nice, if I like your car, We work on it.
Okay, well that makes it, be nice to the guy. If you want his work, be nice to him.
Yeah, well, and I just like to build oddball things. You know, if I see another black coupe, you know, just over them, I've built tons and tons of them over the years. So it's something that catches my eye. I'm loving Capris now. McLarens are really
kind of the oddball ones, yeah.
My brain. Yeah, I've got a Durango in mothballs that will be coming out probably another year or two when we build it.
Cool. Well, yeah, actually, I think you made it over to the. You did make it over to the shop yet this week? Have you made it?
I haven't been there this week.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So when you go, you'll see my coupe over there, and Tiffany spent like, I don't know, a lot of hours sanding down all the, because it's FHP. Right. She sanded off all the black, and she got the original tan to come out.
That's awesome.
And we're gonna clear coat it.
Are you?
Yes, we're gonna clear coat it just like that. Yeah. So that really, this is inspiration for me.
I have an FHP car too.
I know. I heard that one might be on the block.
Might be on the
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
It's not a restoration like this. It's
right.
just a restoration.
Right. I actually want to almost do exactly the same thing. Definitely look wise, not the same, but you got to get rat rod, kind of rat rod. Yeah. But I want to drive mine road course. I want to do some road course things. So you got an IRS in one of your other cars here, right?
Yeah, and the Kia. I also have one in an SVO.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do IRS too. So we might be talking. I'll be looking for some stuff. Let's get into the interior. Let's just both get in and talk about it real quick. All right. So this is also a unique touch. Now I'm not much of a 4i guy, so did 4i's actually have this emblem? Okay.
That came off of a 94, the front emblem in the grill.
Oh yeah.
The car caught fire and went to the ground. Just don't ever throw anything away. It was in my pile of emblems. Just popped it out and threw it on there.
It fits great.
Yeah, there was a bunch of scuzzy stuff on there.
All right, so show me this this handle much like.
I don't do this, but
okay.
Yeah. So that's first, second, third, fourth.
Look at this.
Is a stretch.
But you're getting on the highway, so you get it over there and you leave it.
Yeah, and then I keep the seat all the way back because the idea is you're supposed to sit low.
Yeah.
So I had to push the seat back. If you look down here, you can see I made some little extensions for it.
Okay.
But
I could probably fit in it pretty better then.
Oh yeah, you'd be comfy in this.
Yeah.
The steering wheel, these sport style steering wheels, most steering wheels are flat at the hub right here, but this thing comes forward to you. So in a regular seating position, the steering wheel was like here, and I was just incredibly uncomfortable with it. So I put that in and then just made it so where the seat comes out all the way back. I can
nice.
barely get the clutch, but it's good enough.
That's gotta look great when you're stretching here and stretching here. That's cool, man.
Yeah, you gotta keep this arm out.
You have to.
So you gotta shift gears and get the hand back here.
Hold on, guys. I gotta see this. We gotta do a look from the other side. Stay right there, Matt. Stay right there. By the way, how cool is it that he's another Matt? And we have Matt from Fox Resto, so we're all the Matts. If your name's Matt, there's a good chance you'll like Fox bodies, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get, what's this full driving experience look like?
Right here, like this. First, second, third, and then fifth is get up off of it.
I like fifth.
Yeah.
And if he's riding like this, guys, with the T-tops down on the highway, you can just sit beside him and watch him go into fifth. That'd be fun. And you've got your goggles up there too, right?
Yeah, these were just hanging around the house. I threw them up, they never left. Got this on a vacation in Hawaii. It's a Warrior. But if you're snatching the handle too quick, you pluck the feathers.
Oh, okay.
I need to do something.
You got to be careful.
It goes completely bald.
You got a lot of feathers on there, but you know what? Eventually they'll go away. So yeah, be a little careful. You do have a little cage in here. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that's from Frank Perdomo's track car. If you know Frank from Power by the Hour. He gave me that. He gave me the cowl piece, which is kind of an oddball school thing. So
yeah, with the gauges here and stuff.
Yeah, and Tim Weir gave me the seats, the doors. Johnny Merrill is another friend that gave me parts. I mean, just a ton of guys, customers are like, here, it's rusty, it's crusty, take it. Because they knew I was building the car. It's been a great experience because there's so many people who've got little pieces and parts into my customers, all my friends.
Well, now they're part of the car.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, there's one last thing in the car there. Can you reach behind and let's show off, what is that, Winona's?
Oh, ears listening to Primus with Hiley in the parking lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Working on cars back in the day.
Check it there. I am Winona's big brown beaver.
And my girlfriend Dacia found this for me. So she's the queen of finding.
Even with the goggles, the goggles and everything.
This was somewhere else, so we popped it on.
It's perfect.
It's a little heavy, but gotta ride along.
Man, I love that. Guys, we're gonna get a little start up here, let you listen to Winona chop with that comp cam he talked about. Sounds like a Fox body. There she goes. For me, that sound never gets old. It never gets old.
No, I don't like putting coyotes in the cars because you can't sound like that.
Exactly.
I'll take a 250 horsepower push rod motor all day long.
All day long.
If you sound good, you don't have to go fast.
That's right. Yeah, I complete agreement. Running good under here too. Even got a boot. Gotta have it. It's a must. Awesome. All right, well, let's talk a little bit more about the car. Guys, there's a very unique piece here in the back. Probably not showing up on camera, but if you get to see this in person, it took a lot of time, and it's something to do with like, you know, maybe you shoot water out of it, except this is the real one. So anyway, just to give you a little idea of that, you know, YouTube doesn't let us talk about certain things, but I think you guys get the idea. And maybe it made these, because we've got some bullet holes here. Is the other door the same way?
No, just that
Okay.
one. So we were gonna do the trunk too, but I had so much parts stored in it that we just quit. That's a real 45.
Yeah, you know what I think actually happened here though? They saw you, somebody was chasing you like Mad Max, and they started shooting at you, right?
yeah, I didn't get it out of that one.
Yeah.
Those two went through, it's over.
That's true, that's true. Oh yeah, he did have also the 5.0 gold badges to match kind of the wheels.
Yeah,
so
this came from a couple dealerships in South Florida that ran a gold special.
Oh really?
Yeah, you could buy a Calypso coupe with all gold emblems on it.
You're kidding me, I never heard of that.
Yeah, there's quite a few gold. It was, I don't know, it was a South Florida thing? Or
Okay, because I know dealers would do different things sometimes. Yeah. All right, well Matt, this is kind of making me a little bit jealous, mainly because it's done already, and I've got at least, I'm doing it one Saturday at a time, so I've got at least like, I don't know, another year on mine.
It took me a long time.
Yeah.
Between the shop work, this was always what we did after work, you know, stop work at 5 or 6 or 7 and work till 9 or 10 or 11. And yeah, it's been occasionally, there was time when I took a whole week off and just, it's always a spare project for me. I never get the time to just delve into them.
Yeah, so it must be pretty satisfying now that you actually have it completed.
Yeah, it's great.
Is there more you're going to do? I know there's some say they're never done, but this seems pretty close to done.
Yeah, I get done. I'm bad. I'll get done and the dome light doesn't work and I don't fix it for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to settle down on the cars I have, maybe sell a few. This car I was gonna sell as soon as it was built. Ain't no way. So we're gonna sell off some other cars and do that. As I find crusty things, I'm gonna add to it. Talk to Mr. Serbin this weekend.
Serbinator, yeah, Matt.
Yeah,
another Matt, by the way. Another Matt.
So he's gonna make me a small blade spoiler, and we're gonna crust it up a little bit. I woke up in the middle of the night before the show and just went, why don't I have a Serbinator on this thing? So it would fit, it would ride, and I can rust it. So
absolutely. You know, I'm thinking about going with one on my coupe as well. So, well, Matt, thanks so much for sharing the build with the channel. I really appreciate you. Yeah, it got me really excited. Got me really excited about my build. So that's cool. And yeah, I'm sure we'll see you around again. Maybe next time we'll check out, what's her name? This is Winona, and the other one is
Penny.
Penny. All right, so next time we'll check out Penny, hopefully, when you're back at Talbot Fox Everfest. That's pretty much it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. Do upload 2 times a week, every Sunday and Wednesday. We'll see you here next time on Gearhead 704. They're excited about Penny over there. This will be the blooper section. Okay. Hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah, good. Kind of happens sometimes when we're filming.
Yeah, door handle broke.
Okay.
In her
well, you have to put a used one. You can't put a new one in.